American Morning, the most news in the morning, period. Weekdays 6 Eastern.
A major endorsement for the Barack Obama campaign. Longtime Massachusetts Senator Ted Kennedy is expected to throw his support behind Obama later today after weeks of back and forth over everything from race to Bill Clinton's role in the campaign. And this morning we're talking with supporters of both candidates. Joining us first, Democratic Senator McCaskill of Missouri. She is backing Barack Obama for president, and she joins us this morning from St. Louis. Thanks for being with us this morning.
You bet.
Congratulations, first of all, on your on this endorsement that's coming from Senator Ed Kennedy. It sort of caps off a week of controversy. A lot has been said about the role that former President Bill Clinton has played in his wife's campaign and some comments that he made about Senator Obama. Here's what he said yesterday following Obama's victory in South Carolina. He said,
Jesse Jackson won South Carolina twice, in '84 and '88. And he ran a good campaign, and Senator Obama's run a good campaign here. He's run a good campaign everywhere. He's a good candidate with a good organization.
Now, what do you make of that comment, Senator?
Well, I think that it was trying to minimize who Barack Obama is to the American people and what he can be as president. And it's unfortunate. But the people in South Carolina figured it out, and the people in America are figuring it out. And what Ted Kennedy knows, and I think this is something that is important, he knows that Barack Obama has the intellectual weight and the experience to be a great president from day one. He works closely with both senators. He has worked closely with many, many presidents. He has had a ringside seat watching how things work. I think he really believes that Barack Obama will not only be a great president on day one, but will lead our country to a place we haven't been before, where we can all come together again and feel better about who we are.
You know, Senator Clinton is taking a lot of heat for letting her husband, though, do some of this campaigning on her behalf. He is not the only spouse, though, of a potential candidate who has come on strong and come out there on the campaign trail. In fact, we heard from Michelle Obama, and she used some tough words going to bat for her husband as well that seemed to allude to the Clintons. Let's listen to what she said back in August.
So our view was that if you can't run your own house, you certainly can't run the White House.
Now, is there a double standard when it comes to what role and how harsh the candidate spouses can get when helping their spouse campaign?
Listen, I don't think that was a good thing for Michelle to say. She said it back in August. I don't think it was the highlight of her time on the campaign. But let's put this in perspective. Michelle Obama is an educated, smart woman who cares deeply about her president, about her husband, and hopefully her president. But, you know, Senator Clinton's husband is the former president of the United States. And I think he understands the scrutiny and how every word he says is going to be looked at carefully. And I think he chooses his words carefully. I think some of this is calculated. And so I think what we need to do is quit worrying about whether or not they're going back and forth. And frankly, we need to move on. Barack Obama wants to move on. He wants all the votes in Florida to count. He wants all the delegates in Florida to count. And they will count once he becomes the nominee of the Democratic Party.
Now, it's interesting because you said that former President Clinton does choose his words carefully. You said to the Kansas City Star last week that Clinton has tried to manipulate the facts in a way that is patently unfair. Are you suggesting that the president has been less than truthful, perhaps even lying about some of Obama's record?
That's way too harsh. I think that President Clinton just needs to be careful. And needs to realize that he has a different kind of role. I respect how much he wants to campaign for his wife. I would think it was weird if he didn't. But he's got to be careful. And I think the American people are so tired of this, the old politics. They're so tired of this back and forth. What they want is they want a candidate that says, hey, I can work with Republicans. I can work with independents. This shouldn't be about just making the other guy look bad. That's a new kind of politics. It's a different kind of politics, and I think it's one that America is yearning for.
Senator McCaskill, thanks so much for joining us this morning.
You bet.